Friday night, baby. Turn it up.
Turn up.
Turn it up.
Day,
Turn it
night.
up. What is up, everybody? Welcome into the pregame show.
Let's go.
Lasers,
Let's go.
lasers.
Presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Fellas, Friday night at the DNVR Bar, second best night of the week. Saturday night at the DNVR Bar, slightly better. Actually tied for Friday.
It is tied.
How? Friday is the best day of the week.
Friday, you're getting off of. You still have to work Friday.
Yeah, but you
get
got
off
the
work.
full weekend ahead of you.
But when you get to the bar for Friday night,
Yeah.
that's where it's just like you're unburdened.
Yep.
You just know the Nuggets are going to win.
Well, debatable.
We'll find out. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to go through some game notes tonight. Jamal Murray out. I spoiled one of the game notes. We got JMyke Green has a quote. I don't know. He has a compare and contrast from his old team, guys. We'll talk about that. Kawhi Leonard came off the bench last night. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's something Murray should copy. That plus Dev, he's going to make us some money. There's still some steals.
We can hope.
Dev, I've already looked. There's some steals available. We're going to get to that. First, Superstar Dev's in the house.
Well, I'm excited to be here. Also on the betting portion, I think that I should give a lock, and I think that H-Dub should give a lock.
Oh, you want to
that's
compare
great.
locks?
He wants to compete.
Oh, he's ready.
I
Since
love
he
it.
wants to compete.
I love it because I already have my lock picked out. I've already bet my lock of the night already. Yeah.
I love this. I love that the betting segment is becoming contentious.
I love it. Let's
We
make
should-
it a competition, just like we do everything.
I think we should do it. I've also got the man. Harrison, I don't say this all the time. You're looking sharp tonight, man.
You killed me for it in the preseason.
Yeah.
And I told you, just wait for the regular season.
Oh, cleaned up tonight, man. You're looking really good. The boy with the mannish charm, it's Brednan Vogt.
Wow, the season debut, the first game of the Denver Nuggets season, the real start of it. I can't wait for
You're
this
right.
season to get underway.
Wednesday night's preseason game out of the way. We're good.
Yeah.
Start
The
from
real
a
one
clean
starting
slate.
now.
We're joking, you guys, but we really are kind of down bad. Like, we waited so long, we got so excited, we got our hopes up, and that game on Wednesday was so deflating. I mean, that's what it was. It was deflating. Like, we walked out of the set that night, and we're kind of like, I'm bummed about the Nuggets having to play again. Tonight, a chance to redeem themselves. They're in Golden State. They're at Chase Center. What can you share about game notes for us, Wind?
Well, the one you spoiled, Jamal Murray is out.
I apologize for that. Yeah.
Which isn't a surprise. I mean, when the schedule came out, I think we all looked at these first couple games and thought, all right, he'll play opening night against the Jazz in Utah. He'll probably rest in Golden State with the home opener tomorrow here against the Thunder. So it wasn't any surprise to me, and I don't think to any of us, that he's resting tonight. I expect Bruce Brown to start. I haven't seen a starting lineup yet, but I think that would be Bruce Brown based on how well that lineup played together in the preseason and just the fact that Bruce Brown seems like this team's sixth man right now. And then Nikola Jokic, it seems like, is playing. He popped up on the injury report with a sprained finger.
Finger, by the way, not wrist, finger.
Yeah, finger on the same hand, but he is good to go as well.
Do we know what finger?
No.
Probably the pointer.
You think he just
not the middle?
Why? First of all, why probably the pointer? I just want to know what your thought process is.
Because when he gets upset,
why probably?
When he gets upset, he always singles out a single person.
But
So
there's
it's like,
no way he would injure it pointing at somebody.
damn it.
hold it.
He definitely injured it in a basketball play, not like pointing at
So are
somebody.
you guessing it's his thumb?
I'm going to go middle finger.
And this coming in from Vinny Benedetto, Bruce Brown gets the start in place of Jamal. Not a surprise.
Nice.
We saw this 1 week ago, exactly 1 week ago, when he started and gave a pretty good look. All right,
Yep.
Vogt, tell me, what is it you're looking at tonight? I mean, look, you can go down 0-2. This is a game you're supposed to lose. Nuggets are underdogs, but what are you looking for tonight, and what do you expect?
Well, look, I want to be very careful how I package this because it sounds like a take I'm not trying to make. They might have their...
I love where you'd have to preface it
I
with
know.
that.
They probably have their best chance to win tonight with this starting lineup. Now, that's because, of course, Jamal Murray is not back up to shape, particularly on the defensive end, which, if you remember, he told us, some weeks ago that he was way further back on that end, navigating screens. It looked like looked like that in the debut. So Golden State perimeter defense, Bruce Brown, KCP, that might be an advantage, at least for now. But look, that defense has to be there, and they have to take care of the ball. You can't be playing transition defense all night. It's hard enough for them in the half court right now. Defense, turnovers. I like their chances with Bruce Brown in, though, a little better.
Dev, they came out so flat. I mean, got killed on the boards, in that first game. I have to think that tonight is a night the Nuggets come out 100%. I mean, shouldn't that be the expectation tonight? They're at least going to play hard.
Yeah, well, first off, this is a do-over from a very rough start to the season against a team that I just don't think that they were up for. Everyone had these expectations of what, the Jazz were going to be this year, and they exceeded expectations in that one game. And if you look at them tonight, it looks like they're just playing well. They're just playing hard and whatnot. But also, it's just the Nuggets didn't come out with the same type of flair that they expected or what any of us expected. So now this is a do-right spot. This is a spot that they could go in there. They tweaked their lineup that I think fits the Warriors' style of play the best. I think is going to be their best defensive lineup for sure all year. And they just get a new chance. So I expect them to have a bounce-back spot.
Who are you focused in on?
If I had to pick a couple players,
that's
it'd be
the question. Yeah.
Bruce Brown, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Aaron Gordon, and the defense.
Yeah.
I'm focused on the defense and those three guys in particular. The Nuggets, when they played the Warriors in the preseason, I was really impressed with Denver defensively that game.
Right.
That game and the Clippers game before that kind of made me buy back stock in the Nuggets defense. And look, Bruce Brown, they should, if they're going to be able to defend at a high level, we should be able to see some signs of it tonight, I would hope.
Yeah, this does have to be a telling game, especially on that defensive end, because they're going to have a Bruce Brown, and you bring him in for matchups like against a Steph Curry or a team that just rotates the ball, and you have to have interchangeable defenders. So having him start, I think that this is it's telling, but also it's their first time that they get to see what he truly is as a defender. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. I got 3 names for you. The first one, we rarely say this name when we're talking about who are you focused in on, but for me, it's Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
I thought he had a good game in game number 1, albeit got off to a bit of a slow start. You look at the numbers, they weren't terrible other than the rebounding. Tonight, this team needs somebody to set the tone, and I think it has to be the big fella. Tonight, I want to see him come out first quarter and put his fingerprints all over this game, calm things down, because there is a chance that the Warriors, they are very good at sensing fear. They're good at sensing when you're weak, and they destroy you. The Warriors are first team all decade at, this team's having a bad moment, 10-0 run, 15-0 run. Let's kick them while they're down and things spiral out of control. So Jokic tonight, I think, needs to set the tone. I'm looking at Bones Highland off the bench. He had a really sneaky, not even sneaky, he had a pretty bad game in game 1. So I want to see what he brings to this game. He was very successful in Golden State a week ago in the preseason, had a very good one. So I want to see him bounce back. And then lastly, Michael Malone. I know this is a weird one, but you moved Bruce Brown to the starting lineup. We had questions about that bench. What does it look like? Is Ish Smith in the rotation tonight? Is Zeke Naji in the rotation tonight? I want to see that. I want to see what adjustments he makes and just how he coaches this game. That's where my focus is on.
Yeah, I love that you brought up Jokic. This is a great spot for the leadership that everybody's been asking for him all offseason to shine through. Just with his play between the lines, he should come out and have 6-7 rebounds in the first quarter.
Right.
Set the tone on the glass. Ask for the ball in the post. I'm sure the first play of the game, the Nuggets will post Nikola Jokic up on Kevon Looney.
See if they're going to double.
Yeah.
What play are they going to run? The double.
The one where he comes around.
Yeah,
that one.
Okay.
And so it's a great opportunity for him to set the tone there, but also just be vocal, be the leader that this team that had its head down for sure for most of that opener that this team needs right now.
Yeah. Strong agree on all accounts, and I want to see just Denver bounce back again. I don't know. This is a tough team. Denver's underdogs by 5 points or 5.5. It's a tough one, but you want to see them come out and battle. Part of why you're so discouraged about that last game is they just look terrible.
Big time.
Don't feel like we see. Whatever happens tonight, you want to see at least the flash of a very good team. Kale, you have a quote here from one JMyke Green, who, by the way, is now former Nugget, now current Warrior.
Hey, Kale.
Former Jokic's favorite teamate.
Kale, I told you, I tweeted it earlier. Remember I said there was eyeballs? Do you remember that conversation? Oh, you're doing it on an accident? You're bringing up yourself?
He's like, something's going on. I can only put myself on camera.
Oh, my gosh, look at me.
Go ahead and screen. JMyke Green on what's different about playing for the Warriors versus the Nuggets. It's a lot more free here. They just let you play. Now, I haven't seen the video. Has anybody seen the video of this?
No.
Sometimes when you're reading a quote, you don't know what's being said. And this is a radio station. Do radio stations take quotes out of context all the time? Radio stations of all. nonetheless, I'm curious what everybody on this panel thinks about that very quote. I'll start with you, Wind.
I think there's definitely some truth to it. I mean, if you think about JaMychal Green's role in Denver, he pretty much just pick and popped every single possession of the last 2 years, it seemed like, on the bench unit. So I think there is some truth to it. But that being said, I think, this is also just kind of ingratiating himself to the Warriors fan base and being like, yo, I'm so happy to be here. Yeah, of course I wanted to sign here. This is the reason I wanted to sign here. So
it's like KCP's like, they would have beat us in the bubble.
Exactly, man. You got to just butter up the fan base a little bit so, they treat you right. I think there's some truth to it, though.
But there's just enough truth to it to make kind of maybe hurt.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dev?
I think that there's more fluff than there is truth. Like, I do think there is a tad bit of truth because, it's the Warriors. Everybody knows, like, their identity is
the freest team.
Pass the ball and be free. So, of course, you're going to say that. It was an easy one to say. But also, it was game one. He played one good game there. He's about to go back to the bench. He's going to, he's not going to play a lot throughout the season. And also, they're not going to want him to do more. The more you play JMyke, the more you're going to see from him. He's, like, in a good spot that he only got to see a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So, of course, it was free. And it was like they had the lead. They were just able to go. But also, like, I just don't see a way that he continues to have this same idea. I just don't think it's going to stick.
I'm also pretty sure he said the same thing Denver year one coming over from the Clippers. I know he at least said this. Some teams may look at the Nuggets as not being dogs or not being tough. Once they get on the floor, they'll change your mind. They'll shut your mouth. That's what they did in the bubble when I was with the Clippers. It's pretty.
I love that you did the receipts.
It's pretty easy to come in, and by the way, it's also probably very fun to play for the Warriors. They probably is free. They probably do just let you play.
I'm going to judge this. He's being truthful but not honest.
There you go.
Sure.
Or honest but not truthful. I don't know which one you're saying. He had it right, but you're right. He's just pandering. I will say it's underrated that JaMychal Green was on the Clippers team that the Nuggets smacked and came to the Nuggets. Then he was on a Nuggets team that the Warriors smacked and then went to the Warriors. Again, he's a role player. So
JaMychal Durant.
I'm just saying there's a little something here.
Yeah. But also, what is, the Warriors are the freest team.
They are the freest.
What does JaMychal Green want to be doing?
I know, yeah.
Does he want to be ISOing one-on-one? Does he want to be
he got the ball. He got to bring the ball up the court 1 or 2 times.
Does he want to initiate the offense?
Jeremy Grant on our hands here.
It's still an important thing, though, I think, just to register away. I saw some people saying, oh, Jokic, he's taking a shot at Jokic. I don't think so.
No. I do think we think of the Nuggets as this free-flowing offense and everything is, equal opportunity and there's so much movement and so much freedom. And I don't think that's as much of the case as we sometimes say it is.
Yeah. Players don't feel that way.
I think it's changed over the years, too. I think it's gotten less of that.
Exactly.
Another thing happened last night, guys, is I'm watching NBA basketball. I'm watching Kawhi Leonard make his return. It had been a year for him. And Kawhi Leonard, very interesting decision by Ty Lue. Kawhi's first game back. He doesn't play the first quarter.
Yeah.
He doesn't play the first 6 minutes of the second quarter. He comes into the game halfway through the second quarter and proceeds to play 21 of the next 30 minutes. I kind of love this. I actually find it fascinating because, one, you had a whole preseason without Kawhi. That team kind of develops a rhythm and identity and this or that. And two, when we talk about he's on a minutes restriction, you either break that up into little fragmented things or you just save it all and then play him in a row. I thought it was a very interesting strategy Ty Lue had. Put him out there. Then he started the second half, took a break, finished the game. And, he looked pretty good. And it got me wondering, is this a strategy for Jamal Murray? Jamal Murray didn't play the preseason. They have no rhythm with him. Could he be a super sub for a little bit there, Dev?
Let me tell you what rookie mistakes are. Rookie mistakes is when you walk into a casino and then you just put money on the table without looking at what's happening. Like when you're playing craps.
Okay.
You just can't walk in and just put your money on the
plane here.
So what you have to do is you have to wait. You have to be able to determine what's happening. See what what the flow is, what the energy, what the rhythm is on the team. So they did a good wait and see approach with him. He gets to determine what's happening out there. Then he goes out there and gets to play. Then they break it down like how you said. They just played it all at once instead of trying to give them small stints. You're not working your way back into anything with those small stints. So he got a full run, and then they got out of the game. So I think that was a good idea.
Yeah. Is this a viable option in Denver?
Using a casino reference.
Yeah, use a casino reference. What's your casino
After
reference?
Dev's answer, I forgot the question. I'm not going to lie to you guys. If for Denver, I think, look, there's this weird thing as it is with Bruce Brown kind of being better with the starters, kind of a wasted asset with the defense, and needing Jamal to get up. And at the end of the day, you are going to be starting Jamal. So figuring out whatever the rotation is with Jamal comfortable as a starter, it's probably maybe of more importance to Denver, but I don't follow the Clippers as closely, so...
Kawhi did look good. You were very impressed with him.
He definitely looked better than Jamal did, and they both missed a similar amount of time with the same injury. So I just thought it was interesting how good Kawhi looked, and how much of an uphill battle Jamal still has. Him coming off the bench, Jamal, I never thought of it. Like, I never thought that was even something I should consider, or that the Nuggets would consider, because I was always thinking, oh, we've got to establish this chemistry with him and Nikola Jokic and Michael Porter Jr., and we got to start that as soon as possible and play them all together. I never thought of it as a possibility.
I think you could look at it two ways of how they did it. You could, one, look at it like this is a natural stagger, so like they get to see what he looks like in that second unit, and playing with that group, it gives you a star that gets a lot of attention in that run, and also he gets to run the offense through him, one. Or two, it messes up their second unit. So like if Jamal comes off the bench with the second unit, now they're not getting the type of cohesion that they want. It's not giving them the same type of rhythm or a real look what they're going to get throughout the season unless you really want to stagger him with that second unit. So I do think that it could go both ways with the way that they did it with the Clippers. It worked out because they won, but it could have went bad as well.
Yeah. It could have gone bad. I mean, sure. But part of me looks at this and goes, the long view. Especially for a player like Jamal, and I think for Kawhi as well, the long view is I'm not worried about Jamal's chemistry with Jokic. That's going to come. You have 81 more games to get there. But I do wonder if there's something to, you got to maximize the minutes Jokic is on the court. Jokic was a -5 in that first game, and some of this is on him. Like some of this, he could be better. But some of this is, you know what? You got a new piece here. Let him get his wind under him. Get him a couple reps under his belt before you worry about whether he's going to go here or there. So I kind of like it, but guess what? It's a moot point. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
0% chance Michael Malone changes anything up. He'll play tomorrow night. And tomorrow night, by the way, we'll have the emotional moment of him checking into the game or, announcing him as he comes out. And that's going to be a big moment.
Yeah. The preseason starting lineup intro didn't do it for you?
It did it for me, but it's going to be a little bit bigger here, I think, when we go.
Just a little bit, I think, yeah.
I'm excited for this one. We're a little bit early, but I'm already moving on to the section here. By the way, real quick as a side note, Ja Morant, 40 points in the third quarter.
He
has only 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Did they come back? Are they winning now?
They're tied with the Rockets, so
they
weird
were down
game.
16.
I saw somebody in the chat ask, who do we think Michael Porter Jr. is guarding tonight?
Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins, that's who he matches up on?
Mm-hmm. I think for sure it is, yeah.
Bruce Brown on Steph.
If I had a fourth
KCP
guy I said I
on
wanted to...
Klay Thompson.
If I had a fourth guy that I would have said I'm singling out tonight is Michael Porter. He didn't get the ball enough last game. That's on him, and I think even more it's on the team. But tonight, I want to see him be aggressive in the right ways. I want to see him get a lot of shots up and a lot of points up. Denver needs it. You got to score. You have to play great defense against the Warriors, but great defense means you hold them to 105, 110.
Yeah.
You still got to put up 110.
Maybe the biggest thing for him guarding Wiggins is boxing out.
Huge.
Knowing where Wiggins
that's
is
a good
on
point.
the floor at all
That's
times.
a great point.
Good game for Michael Porter.
Yep.
Dev, it's that time.
A lot of pressure, Dev.
Oh, is it time?
Open up DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR, and let's make some bets. Let's make some money.
So first off, they have this as a very, very high-scoring game, which I believe. I really think that it's going to be a high-scoring game. So we're going to start off. We're going to say that this is going to be over 229.
Really?
I just don't think that the defense is where it's supposed to be.
Sweet.
This is not the team that you can have these
This isn't
defensive
the top
lapses.
5 defense we thought.
Yeah, you just can't. You can't think that the Warriors don't realize that this is not a top 5 defense as well. They're going to try to get out and score, try to get out and get to running. So I expect this to be a higher scoring game, over 229. I do like that.
Okay.
Another one I like. Denver went out and got a score, a shooter, a knockdown shooter in KCP.
I remember
I think that he's going to get many
thought you were
open
talking about
looks.
Jack White.
No, not Jack White. He's going to get many looks in this game, and he's going to be the forgotten guy. I think that he's still not going to hit his points. I'm going to go under 11.5 points for a KCP. The guy hasn't even
that means the Nuggets are losing.
He hasn't even looked
God
at the
damn
rim. He has to look at the rim. He's not even doing that. So
All right.
I just think that he's going to be on the defensive end. And then what I am going to do is to lock it in.
Oh, my. Locking it in. What do we
You know
take
what I'm going to lock in? Aaron Gordon over 23.5.
I like that.
Points, rebounds, and assists?
Points, rebounds, and assists.
I like
it's way
that.
too low. That guy he's on a mission this year. He's scoring the basketball, which is something that made his points, rebounds, and assists too low. Vegas is not looking at him scoring the basketball. So I think that's got to get it in. Also, a double lock.
Oh, God.
A double lock. Andrew Wiggins, points, rebounds, and assists, man. He's going to get it. He's going to get it.
All right, we're going to cut you off.
Sorry.
He's going to get it. All right. Harrison,
My
your
lock of the
retort.
night. Michael Porter Jr. over 15.5 points. That's my lock of the night.
Dev, this feels like a lock to me. Michael Porter? He only took 10 shots last game. He
Over
got
15.5 points.
It
No
seems-
Jamal Murray.
It seems like a Harrison Wind lock.
It is my lock.
Now, this sucks because now, like, I'm rooting for both of you guys to hit your bets.
They're
You
probably
can.
both gonna
They
hit.
can both
They're
hit.
gonna
All
both
those
hit.
bets can hit.
So you're not
yeah.
trolling. You're saying it actually
No,
is.
I think it's a great bet.
Let me say
thank you.
Let me say this. Michael Porter's line has been 14.5 and 15.5. Vote, what is Michael Porter's over-under January 1st?
18.5.
23.5.
23.5?
Dev.
What was the question?
January 1st.
It wasn't points, rebounds, assists. It was
What's Michael
points.
Porter's over-under?
18.5.
I'll go 19.5. I just think he's a scorer. He's going to get some buckets. And in a weird way, what I saw from Murray in game one was a guy that needs a ramp-up period. What I saw from from Michael Porter, ready to go. I just wouldn't be surprised if he takes over that secondary scorer role for a good amount of the season. You know, a good portion of it,
Yeah.
starting with tonight.
Yeah.
So
I just love how Michael Porter plays in all 5 preseason games, plays a team-high 35 minutes in the first game, front end of a back-to-back. He's
Yeah,
good
why
to
not?
go.
Yeah, why
it's
not?
just so great just having him available.
You guys want to get into
Fully available.
some single game parlays?
Yes.
I got 2 of them, Dev. I got 2 of them. You want to hear them?
I need to hear him.
Tell me if they're any good, okay? I took Michael Porter. I bought it up. By the way. 17.5 points. I think he goes off. 17.5 even feels good for me, and that was plus value. 17.5 for Michael Porter. I took Jokic 9.5 rebounds because I just think he's going to rebound. The one thing Jokic does when it's like, hey, I need to step up is rebound. I think he's a monster on the boards. And I also took, and this is kind of weird and redundant, I took Jokic 4 rebounds in the first quarter.
Oh.
When a lot of times when he has big rebounding totals,
You're right,
he
he
gets
does start
half
out.
of them in the first
That's
quarter.
true.
So tonight, I think he's going to grab 4 first quarter rebounds, be very aggressive. He'll finish
Yeah,
with at
set
least
the tone
10,
on the boards.
And I think Michael Porter. But then, Dev, it doesn't stop there.
Oh,
I did a second single game parlay. Why? So I'm a madman. I'm
What a
going to
crazy
lose
guy.
both of them. I took Michael Porter to make 2 plus 3-pointers.
Okay.
I took Jokic to get 10.5 rebounds. I'm all in on it. I took Michael Porter 13.5 points. Again, just bought down on this single game parlay. I took Jokic 4.5 assists. I think he gets assists tonight. Like he's the fulcrum of the offense. There's no
Yeah.
Murray.
4 that he had 4 in the opener. Like, that's got to be maybe one of his season lows, I would think.
No question about it. And then the crazy one, Jokic 1 plus steal. I've said this year, Jokic's going to have more steals than ever. He's going to have a career year
he's
steals.
been getting out.
two
He's
or
been
three last
grabbing
year.
everything. I
He's been
think he
grabbing
does have
everything.
one play, like more than one.
So I like that one. That one was like plus 450. So I got a couple. Yeah, it was plus
I got
450.
one. I got
one. All right,
I got
let's hear it.
Clay hitting 1-3.
Okay, well, why you-
Oh, wow.
dude. Come
Big
on.
spender.
Porter hitting 2 threes.
Oh,
Steph hitting 3
Three-
threes.
oh, it's a
Oh, wow,
ladder.
it's a little ladder.
Then I got both Porter and AG over 3.5 rebounds. I think they both grabbed 4. Nuggets alternate spread plus 14.5. Safe.
There you go. There, this
then
guy
What is
finally-
this paying out plus,
What-
paying
what-
out minus 500?
And then finally over 219.5 total on the game. This is plus 420 on 7 picks. I think all could very well
plus
happen.
420.
I'm feeling good.
This was like the safest bet I've ever seen.
I know. I'm feeling good about it.
Here's
Saran
what's-
wrap that
Well,
day.
here's what's cool about it. So DraftKings right now, we told you they have all these promos. They have the step promo,
Yeah.
meaning every leg you add, they give you an extra 10% bonus. Vote game the system. He took only overwhelming favorites because the bonuses add up. So I like it, man. It was very smart of you. You should work for Goldman Sachs.
Probably not. I don't think they want that, nor do I.
Nor does the American economy
Yeah.
or global economy for that
Yeah.
matter. Guys, it is that time for the Nuggets to bounce back. We're going to
Bounce
head
back
down to
lounge.
the bar. Friday night at the DNVR Bar. If you're
Let's
not,
go!
if you're within walking range, get on down here. We got Flo and Morena.
Flo is in
We
the
have a
house, y'all.
live audience. We'll see everybody on the other side. Go Nugs.